C.H. Shankar, lecturer in zoology, Government Degree College for Women's, Karimnagar. So today we have to discuss about isolation, isolating mechanisms. Okay. So isolation is a process to prevent the interbreeding between two populations. Isolation is a process to prevent the interbreeding between two populations. So generally in a species, generally by the isolation, the prevent the mating between the two different region organisms of the same species. So that is called isolation. So generally when the interbreeding is prevented, the gene flow between populations is also prevented. So whenever the interbreeding is prevented, the gene flow also prevented. So in other words, isolation prevents the exchange or mixing of genes between populations. So isolation can stop the or block the mixing of the genes of two populations. So in a species, subspecies are there, in subspecies races are there, clients are there. So no, the population are there. So in that population there is no mixing of genes, there is no mixing of gene by this isolation. So generally this isolating mechanism, first term coined by Dobzhansky, the isolation term coined by Dobzhansky in 1937. So the term isolating mechanism was first coined Dobzhansky. It plays a major role in evolution of species. It play a major role evolution of species. For example, so in Indian crow, Corvus splendens splendens. So by the distance, actually crows are residential birds. Crows are residential birds. These birds may not show any migration. So in Indian subcontinent, total India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Burma. So these uh, uh, areas, these countries are there. So in Sri Lankan kaki, Sri Lankan crow, it is has some special characteristics because of isolation of distance, because of isolation of distance, and Corvus splendens splendens divided into Corvus splendens protegatus, Corvus splendens insolens. Okay. So this is the number of 3 species are formed by these Corvus splendens. Corvus splendens splendens, Corvus splendens protegatus, Corvus splendens insolens. In these 3 subspecies are formed. So according to that, so the isolation play a key role in the formation of species. Isolation may play a key role in the formation of isolation. So generally the isolation mechanisms broadly classified into 2 main groups. The isolations are broadly classified into 2 main groups. They are geographical isolation, reproductive isolation. Geographical isolation, reproductive isolation. So first one is geographical isolation. It is geographical barrier which prevents interbreeding between population. It is a geographical barrier which prevent interbreeding between population. This population occupying 2 different locations are separated by geographical barrier like mountains, land masses and water mass, forest, desert, etc. So the geographical isolation play a key role in the formation of new species. The geographical isolation may play a key role in the formation of new species. So we have to conduct a lot of researches on the where the mountains are present and where the plain areas are present. The same species of inhabited in mountain area and same species of inhabited in plain area. The lot of changes are takes place. So the species divided into subspecies, subspecies divided into races and clans. Okay. Afterwards deems. So these special groups are formed by the geographical isolation. Whenever the mating is stopped, the mixing of gene is stopped. The mixing of gene is stopped. So whenever the mixing gene was stopped, so production of recombinations maybe takes place, or sometimes the new varieties are produced according to environment. So generally whenever in the changing environment, one species occupied in a different environment to avoid the competition for sex, food and mating, especially habitat, to avoid the competition for habitat and sex and food. Then only the group of organisms are migrated to new areas or occupy new areas. That is a special area, new area. It has some special characteristics, are either in the form of temperature or humidity and soil pH and food availability. So, these are the major factors. So, according to that, the organisms must and should develop some adaptations. So, few organisms are getting adaptations, then only the species adjusted to the particular environment, adjusted to the particular that environment. So, that adaptation is useful for the organism. So, that is nothing but a natural selection, that if particular character, for example, the birds are originating from reptiles in Mesozoic era. So, in that the in Mesozoic era, especially Triassic period, in Jurassic period, the giant dinosaurs are there. So, for avoiding from eating of these giant dinosaurs, some reptiles try to fly. From that, so the birds are origin. From that, the birds are origin. The four limbs are modified into wings. The special characteristics, formation of feathers, and so some adaptations are developed in four limbs, and so this character selected by the nature. So, how the birds are selected by the nature? So, they are avoiding by eating of dinosaurs, or they are escaping from predators. So, that is the special characteristics, that characteristics occupied in the organisms, or accumulating in the organisms, that character transmits to the next generation. The accumulated character transmits to the next generation. So, then only the special character, the acquired character, the newly character present in the organisms where enter a new environment. So, they have show some difference between their parental species or parental populations. So, afterwards some time these are treated as a special species as like. So, the birds are origin as like. Okay. So, we have to study it in adaptive radiation how the new species are evolved. So, this about we are studying geographical isolation and formation, how the species are forming. And second one is reproductive isolation. So, the term was coined by Mayer. So, the reproductive isolation, the term coined by Mayer. In reproductive isolation, the gene exchange between population is prevented because of genotypically the condition differences between the two populations. In reproductive isolation, the prevention takes place at the genetical. So, in geographical isolation, the to stop the mating by barriers like distance or any other land masses, mountains and water masses, forest and desert and whatever it may be, whatever it may be. Okay. So, this is about geographical isolation, but in reproductive isolation, the isolation takes place at genetical. The reproductive isolations are two types. They are, so the reproductive isolations are two types. They are, what are they? First one is pre-zygotic and pre-mating isolations, and post-zygotic or post-mating isolations. So, here the two types of isolating mechanisms we have to observe here, and the factors that prevent gene exchange among the populations are called isolating mechanisms. Dobzhansky introduced the term isolating mechanisms to define any agents that hinder, that stop the interbreeding of group of individuals. The Mayer restricted these term sympatric populations, especially the reproductive isolation, especially in sympatric populations, and defined it as biological properties of individuals which prevent interbreeding of populations that are actually or potentially sympatric. This definition exclude exclude geographic barriers. So here, so what is going on? Sympatric populations are live in a same area, but due to gene changes, they may not undergo reproduction or reproductive activity. So this is about uh, sympatric populations. Next, here we have to discuss about uh, so this is about isolating mechanisms. So here the prezygotic isolating mechanisms are prematic isolating mechanisms, and second one is post-zygotic isolating mechanisms. Okay, so in both having prezygotic mechanisms having habitat ecological isolating mechanism and seasonal isolating mechanism, and ethological behavioral isolating mechanism and mechanical. So these are four types of prezygotic mechanisms are there. Next, post-zygotic mechanisms are gametic mortality, zygotic mortality, and hybrid sterility, and hybrid breakdown. So here the four types of post-zygotic mechanisms are there. So for prezygotic mechanism, habitat isolating mechanisms or ecological isolating mechanisms. Second one is seasonal isolating mechanisms. It is also called temporal isolating mechanisms. And third one is ethological isolations, and that is nothing but behavioral isolation. Fourth one is mechanical isolation. So now we have to discuss about first one is prezygotic mechanisms. So isolating mechanisms which operate before fertilization. Isolating mechanisms which operate before fertilization, that is called prezygotic mechanisms. So the isolating mechanisms which operate before fertilization. Okay. So here next one. So habitat ecological isolation. Here, so in this the potential mate do not meet because they flourish in different habitats. So habitat or ecological isolation, So generally the organisms having ecological niches. Okay. So in the ecological niche, the species functional or the organism's functional function is there. So that is nothing but ecological the species active area. So for example here, so the species of flycatcher of North America, examples for species of flycatcher of North America. So here we have to these are the examples, and okay, here the least flycatcher Empedonyx minimus. So seen in open woods, farms and orchards. So this species only we can see in open woods. And second one is the Acadian flycatcher. So Empedonyx vircensis, so found in deciduous forest, particularly in beech trees and swampy woods. So the Acadian flycatcher, Empedonyx vircensis, so which lives in a particular these deciduous forest. Next one is yellow-billed flycatcher. So Empedonyx flavi ventris. So nest in conifer woods. So here by these ecological habitat, these four species may not interbreed. These organisms may not interbreed. So after few years, so they may behave like as a species. They may behave like as a species. So, here the ecology or ecological niche play a key role, the formation of new species, formation of new species. So, the and few more examples are also there. The fig frog Rana grilli is externally aquatic. It lives in deep ponds. So, the Rana grillo lives in deep ponds and lakes. So, among lilies, the other water plants also breed in the deep water. So, on the other hand, the related species of gopher frog, so this is Rana areolata, lives inside burrows. So, here the Rana grillo which lives on the water plants and Rana areolata which lives inside the burrows. So, here the ecological habitat is changed, the ecological habitat is changed. So, the one species habitat in a different ecological niches. So, according to that the organisms will develop some adaptations. So, they behave like as a new species. So, after the development of adaptations, to stop the interbreeding, to stop the breeding. So, the two populations behave like as a new species. So, this is about ecological isolation. And second one is seasonal isolation. Seasonal isolation. In seasonal isolation, the interbreeding is prevented because of difference in breeding seasons. So, generally the organisms reproductive cycles yearly and biannually and annually. So, sometimes some organisms can the reproductive cycle is within fortnight 15 days 15 days. Okay, here the Rana clamitans and Rana pipiens and Rana sylvatica breed in the same pond. Rana clamitans and Rana pipiens and Rana sylvatica, Rana sylvatica. So, these all three organisms breeding in same pond in America. Even though they breed in the same pond, they do not interbreed. They do not interbreed. This is mainly because three species breed in different seasons. So, three species are breed, but the three species different in different breed in different seasons. So, Rana sylvatica breeds when the temperature is about 44 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and Rana pipiens, so which is breed at 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and Rana clamitans breed only when the temperature exceeds 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So, according to temperature, the activation of gamete or activation of reproductive cycles, so the interbreed is stopped. So, this is called what is seasonal isolation, seasonal isolation. Okay. So, wood frog, this is Rana sylvatica, and leopard frog, so this is Rana pipiens. Okay. It is usually mates in late March or early April when the water temperature is about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Leopard frog, it is looks like leopard. So, that is the reason why. So, this is a leopard frog. So, that is called Rana pipiens. It usually mates in mid April when water temperature is high. Water temperature is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry, the water temperature is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So, this is about seasonal isolation. Okay. Next, one more thing here, the so behavioral isolation. Here some the isolation according to behavior. Okay. So, this is also called ethological isolation. Ethological isolation. Difference in sexual behavior prevent interbreeding. Different sexual behavior prevent interbreeding. This the individual of species recognize their mates by particular sexual behavior which include mating, dance, songs, lights, and scenes. Sense. So, you know about by dance, you know about the reproduction takes place in peacocks, especially the male peacock is very beautiful. So, whenever the reproductive time is going on, the male peacock made a dance. So, that is called inviting dance. So, that is nothing but courtship, that is nothing but courtship. So, next one is songs. So, generally the birds can songs, by these songs the males are attracted, and so they may intercourse, they can produce their young ones. So, next lights, you know about these especially the insects, especially these are called light emitting insects. So, those are each species producing different what is different light. So, they can recognize their species, then only they may interbreed. Okay. So, this is about what is we are calling as these some insects, okay, which is flourish on the sea. Okay. Next here the ethological behavior and isolation, chef chaff, wood warbler and willow warbler. Cheflaugh, chiffchaff and wood warbler and willow warbler. So, different species which looks almost exactly same, the different species which looks almost exactly same, but they do not interbreed due to difference in mating song. They do not interbreed due to difference in mating sounds. So, this is about ethological behavior or ethological isolation or behavioral isolation. So, this type of isolation we can observe in human beings also. So, we can observe in human beings also. And one more thing here, the Hyla versicolor in the mating call for a sharp trill, loud and resonant. Hyla versicolor, it exists less than 3 seconds. The mating call of Hyla femoralis is more prolonged, and thus it differs from the Hyla versicolor. So, the call mating of Hyla versicolor and Hyla femoralis. So, the Hyla versicolor mating call is short trill, loud and resonant, and Hyla femoralis is more prolonged, and thus it is between these two species mating calls. So, there is no mating. So, this is about behavioral isolation, behavioral isolation. Next one is a mechanical isolation. Mechanical isolation, the body parts of the species may not physically match with those of other species that could otherwise be mate or pollinators, black sag and white sag. So, the reproductive system are nothing but a lock and key model. The reproductive system is nothing but a lock and key model. So, key is nothing but male reproductive organs and lock is nothing but female reproductive organs. So, the one organisms fit to may not fit to another organism's reproductive systems. So, when the crossing between what is Drosophila melanogaster to different species Drosophila melanogaster, reproductive organs are damaged. Reproductive organs are damaged due to different arrangement of sexual organs. So, that is a mechanical isolation. So, here the black sag and white sag. Black sag and white sag grow in the same areas, but hybrids rarely form because flowers of two species have become specialized for distinct pollinators. Distinct pollinators, generally insects are the pollinators. The black sag flowers are pollinated by small bees. So, the black sag flowers are pollinated by small bees, and white sag so, the white sag flowers are pollinated by large bees. So the black sac flowers are pollinated by small bees. The white sage flowers are pollinated by large bees. So that is the reason why here by the especially this is the one mechanism to maintain this type of isolation. And here Dofer hypothesis. So genital armature act like lock and key and prevent hybridation between two individuals of different species. Example, Drosophila. So genital armature act like a lock and key to prevent hybridation between individuals of different species. For example, Drosophila. Carl Jordan's contradiction. So the Carl Jordan make a contradiction in this here. So out of 1690 species of Spingidae family of insecta and 48 were not different in genitalia from other species of family, while about 50% of species with geographic variation in color, there were geographic variation in structure in genitalia. This indicate a slight importance of genitalia as isolating mechanisms. So isolating mechanisms. So according to Carl Jordans, the slight importance of genitalia as a isolating mechanism. So it may play a key role in the what is uh, production of species. And one more thing here, we are discuss about physiological isolation. Physiological isolation. The physiological isolation are the prevention of interbreeding due to difference in the physiology. The sea urchin Strangylocentrus purpuratus and Strangylocentrus franciscanus inhabit in the same area, but interbreeding between them is prevented because of physiological difference. Interbreeding stop because of this physiological difference. Interbreeding can stop by this physiological difference. And next one is post the post zygotic isolating mechanisms. So this mechanism play a key role after formation of fertilization, or after forming of mating, Okay. Next, the isolating mechanism which operate after fertilization. So next one is so first one is a gametic mortality. So in the mechanism, interspecific cross destroy either sperm or egg. So whenever the mating is takes place, so either sperm or egg may be destroyed by the. So here generally in a female reproductive tract, number of chemicals work like as antigens and antibodies. So here the capacitization is a special process is there, and in that capacitization, so generally the acrosomes play a key role. So in that reactions, there may be anything work like as antigen. Sperm encounter antigenic reaction in genital tract of female and will be immobilized or killed before it has to chance to reach egg. So insemination reaction in Drosophila Peterson. So he was observed about this gametic mortality. So after releasing of the sperm into female reproductive tract, the female reproductive organs are or female reproductive cells, especially male reproductive cells, sperms are killed by these special actions. So zygotic mortality. So here generally in zygotic mortality, when the egg is fertilized, but zygote either does not develop or develop into an organism with reduced viability. Here the zygotic mortality. So this is called hybrid inviability. Hybrid in viability here. So the zygotic mortality when the sea urchin Paracentrus centratus levidius and Psammococcus microtubular calculatus are crossed. Most of the embryos die before the gastrula stage is reached. So, between these sea urchin two different species, so here the zygote mortality is takes place. Zygote mortality is takes place. And hybrid sterility. So, hybrid sterility. So, here the hybrids has a normal viability, but is sterile. Hybrid sterility is common to parent species have different chromosome number. For example, mule chromosome number. For example, mule. Here one diagram is there that this one is a. So here the female horse 2n is equal to 64, male donkey 2n is equal to 62, and the cross between these male female horse and male donkey, they can form a mule, and vice versa hinny is produced. Vice versa hinny is produced. Vice versa means female donkey, male horse, the hinny is produced. So in mule, 2n number of chromosomes are called 63 chromosomes. 63 chromosomes are formed. So the sterile, because synapsis and segregation cannot occur properly. So whenever the division is takes place, especially meiotic division in horse, and how many 32 chromosomes are there in female horse of ova, and male donkey 31 chromosomes are there. But what about mule? 63. So one more chromosome is present. So that chromosome may cause sterility. So the synapsis means the separation of chromosomes. So this is about what is hybrid sterility. Hybrid sterility. And hybrid breakdown. Hybrid breakdown. So even though viable and fertile hybrids between two species are obtained, some barriers still exist if a hybrid of second generation from back cross of F1 hybrid to parental species are inviable. So here the F1 generations are sexually active, but F2 generation is sexually may not active. So this type of situation we can observe in Gaspium herbaceum plants, and sword fishes. So we can observe, and hybrid paddy seeds, hybrid and paddy seeds. Okay. So here the in Drosophila melanogaster, in Drosophila melanogaster, Drosophila pseudobscura and Drosophila persimilis, Drosophila persimilis. So the cross between here the F1 generation is present. So the female fertile female is formed, and sterile male is formed. Sterile male is formed. So the F2 fertile female cross with the parent male. So the F2 generation is formed. The F2 generation is formed. The hybrid weaker than parent and F1 hybrids. The hybrids are weaker than F1 and parent hybrids. Okay, this is about hybrid breakdown, and hybrid sterility isolation. So one more is there. So the sometimes interspecific and interbreeding results in viable hybrids. Such hybrids are found in sterile; they cannot produce young ones. The mule formed as a hybrid from female horse and male asses. Okay, this is about and next one is one more. Isolating mechanisms always have a partially genetic basis. So here the gene plays an important role in the formation of new species, and For vast majority of animals, it is still not known which particular mechanism prevent closely related species from interbreeding. Closely related species from interbreeding. Okay. So, this is about post zygoting mechanisms. Post zygoting mechanisms. So, here the isolation is a major role to play a key role in the formation of new species, and here we have to discuss about one more topic here, the speciation. The speciation is referred to the formation of new species. The study of speciation helps to understand the process of evolution. The speciation divided into two types. First one is sympatric speciation. Second one is allopatric speciation. Sympatric speciation and allopatric speciation. Sympatric speciation, related population occurring side by side, the same inhabitor, same territory or geographical area called sympatric populations. Related populations occupying side by the same territory or geographical area called sympatric populations. The evolution of sympatric population into separate species are called sympatric speciation. It is speciation in the same place since the sympatric populations are living in the same habitat. So, these organisms are living in the same habitat. They have to same needs. The one species have same needs with regards to food, space and other requirement of life. This competition brings about the operation of Gauss law or Gauss principle or competitive exclusion principle. This principle states that the two populations or two species cannot continue to occupy the same habitat independently. To tide over the competition, the less adapted population follows one the other of the following methods. It may become extinct, it may migrate to other regions, and it may undergo evolutionary changes. So, for example, if it is population of seed eating birds, the birds will develop stronger and heavier beaks so that they can cope with the larger seeds, then they can be utilize their competitor or they may be change their food entirely. These populations develop variations. For example, in where we have to discuss about Galapagos Island. So, the beak structure is totally changed according to the food habitat of the different islands. So, then only nearly 14 species of finch birds are origin. 14 species of finch birds are origin. So, that is the how the new species are generated. So, from the parental species, new species are origin. These factors bring about genetic divergency in the one similar to genetic pool. These factors bring about genetic divergency in the ones similar in genetic pool. When the genetic divergence is established, the reproductive isolation is established to step by step the generation after generation. Here, so the factors, especially the competition, so these factors bring about genetic divergency. It once similar in gene pool, when the genetic divergence is established. So, reproductive isolation is established to step by step and generation by generation. Hence, the population fail to interbreed. So, one beautiful example is there when the competition is very high, especially in snakes, Nostric cephalodon which lives in the water. So, some snakes are entering into the rivers, fresh water, some snakes are entering into the brackish water and some snakes are entering into the sea. The which snakes entering into the sea, those are called sea snakes, and some Nostric cephalodon, and so they may live in especially water, that is nothing but fresh water. So, next Chalamas, Barnacle calamus, Chamalus calamus. So, these calamus also change according to their behavior, food capturing behavior, the new species are formed. And second one is allopatric speciation, when two related populations occupying geographical or separate specially separated areas. So, they are called allopatric populations. So, allopatric means the isolating scattered populations. So, these scattered populations, they may have developed some adaptations according to their environment. So, then only they may get some adaptations. By these adaptations, new species are produced. New species are produced. So, for a best example for allopatric speciation is so that is Galapagos Island and pinch birds. The pinch birds, the finches, the finches may play a key role here, the production of new species. And here the anagensis and cladogensis, two concepts are there, anagensis and cladogensis. So, that nothing but cladogensis is nothing but here the a species convert into B, B is convert into C, C is convert into D. So, next cladogenesis means then nothing but that is a branching species, the species branching, A convert into B, C, D, E, F. Okay. So, this is about speciation and the formation of new species. Generally, this speciation term after popularized by Charles Darwin. So, when he was proposed as a origin of species, so that is a special book for 19th century, it was published in 1859. So, generally the species getting some adaptations, that adaptations are very useful to the organisms. Those character accumulated in the organisms, that accumulator characteristics transmit to next generation, transmit to next generation. So, if that character is utilized in the changing environment, so that characteristic accumulated in gene level, that characteristic accumulated in the gene level. When the behavior is accumulated in the gene level, that is when the character is accumulated in the gene level, that is behavior. We do not know about how the birds are migration, how the birds migration takes place, we do not know properly. So, that is nothing but that is instinctive behavior. So, they may recognize their surroundings, they may recognize their food habits, they may recognize feeding grounds and breeding grounds. They recognize, they may recognize celestial bodies, they may recognize their migration pathways, then only the birds shows migration, the birds shows migration. Okay. So, isolation is a special mechanism to separate the same population and stop the interbreeding, and it causes to production of new species, it is causes to production of new species. So, this is about isolation and isolating mechanisms. So, presynaptic isolating mechanism, post prezygotic isolating mechanisms, and post zygotic isolating mechanisms. So, prezygotic isolating mechanisms are physical barriers and ethological barriers, mechanical barriers, and reproductive barriers. Okay. And next here the post zygotic isolating mechanisms are gametic mortality, zygotic hybrid breakdown, hybrid sterility. So, now speciation. So, here the allopatric speciation and sympatric speciation. So, what is the species? Species is a group of animals, they can interbreed individually. They may the species is a group of populations, the occupying the same area and having same physiological and morphological characteristic. They may freely interbreed, they can produce their young one, they can produce their young one. So, these group of organisms are called species. The term species coined by John Ray. Okay. So, popularized by who is Charles Darwin. So, he was published a book that is called Origin of Species, Origin of Species. So, the origin of species by natural selection. So, he was proposed a theory that is called Darwinism, or nothing but it is treated as a natural selection. Even though after proposing of Hugo de Vries mutations theory, the natural selection has a work like as a modern synthetic theory. So, the after post proposed by this Lamarck or mutations theory, the mutations theory is one part of the natural selection. So, this is about isolation. Shall we stop here?